welcome back to this week's episode of Savvy Reads. The first week of March is National Read an eBook Week, and while we love flipping through some physical books, some worn down pages, we also love reading some good books on our phone, our tablet, and an ebook. So join us on this week's episode and see what ebooks you need to get on deal at shelfsavvy.com. Our first ebook in this episode of Savvy Reads is called Fixer Up. This is a great read if you're looking for a fun little rom-com to distract you from daily life. Georgette Castle lives in a small town and has a bit of a reputation for being a bit of a clown. While her family moves into a well-respected home renovation business, she decided to start her own kids' party business. She loves her job, but she decides to try to dive into her dating business. The only problem is that all of the men in her hometown think she's a total goofball. What does she do here? This is what she does. She enlists the help of a local celebrity hottie. Yes, girl. Travis Ford is a former baseball player who just happens to be looking for a new job in home renovation. The two start a fake relationship to help each other out, but then it's a romance that really took itself off, and you'll see exactly how in this book. Our next Savvy Read might just keep you in suspense long enough for your e-reader to die. So make sure the battery is fully charged. In the Woods by Tanya French, part of her series, The Dublin Murder Squad. But don't worry, you don't have to read them in any particular order. You can go ahead and jump into this book. In 1984, Rob Ryan was found hiding in the woods. He was terrified and his shoes were covered in blood, but he couldn't remember anything that had happened to him or what he did. Turns out there were two other kids from the same neighborhood playing in the same woods that never came home that night. 20 years later, Rob is a detective for the Dublin Murder Squad and has been assigned to a new case. A 12-year-old girl was murdered in those same woods that he was found in all those years ago. Now, only with snippets of his past memories, he is trying to figure this out. Ryan must solve this case and the mystery of that night in 1984, knowing what he knows. What is he gonna do? Our final Savvy Read for this week's episode is The Immortal List. What would you do if you know the day that you were going to die? The Immortal List by Chloe Benjamin tries to answer that question. In 1969, the Gold siblings decided to go to see a fortune teller who moved down the street. Each sibling is told the exact day they're going to die, and it becomes dividing forces in their lives. As each sibling grows older, they grow apart from each other. Two of them move across the country to San Francisco to seek out their fortunes. And while we don't know what is said to each of the siblings, it becomes very clear who knows they have very little time on Earth left. The real question is, did their fortune teller correctly predict their death? All right, Savvy Readers, that's what we have for this week's episode of Savvy Reads, your ebook roundup. Be sure to check out Shelf Savvy for all the ebook deals that you cannot beat, and don't forget they are all under $2.99. So go ahead and grab them before they're gone at shelfsavvy.com. And don't forget to keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram at Shelf Savvy. See you next week.